Hope you're having a great day. It's that time of the month where we say again, I can't believe how fast this month went by, but it's true. This month went by really fast. I hope you had some great coloring time. I know I did, so let's get right into it. My first page that I did is in this book, Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova, and it was actually a collaboration with Liz at Home. So I'm going to put her link in the description so you can check out her channel, and I will put a link at the end here to the playlist that has all 6 of our videos on it. If you haven't seen those yet, I'd encourage you to at least check out hers. She did a beautiful job, and she is just not only a great colorist, but she paints and uses all kinds of different materials. So I was really impressed by what she did. So this was all Prismacolors, and it just made me happy. It was just the bright, clear summer colors that I needed. And I think I did have some little bit of white Posca and some glitter gel pens, the Pentel Dual Hybrid Metallic, some combination of those words. But they're my absolute favorite because they're so sparkly and nice and opaque. So that's the first one. The next one, I have 2 in this book actually, and the first one was an experiment because, well, 2 things. I wanted to practice with my Derwent Inktense, which I haven't done a ton. So the background is just one Derwent Inktense pencil, obviously dark to light on each side. But the main test was for the 2 new Prismacolors, the 2 that were discontinued. They are what I used on this side. I mean, I divided it right down the line, like right even in the middle of the flower. So this side is the 2 old colors, and this side is the corresponding new colors. And I mean, I can tell a little bit of a difference, but especially in this light right here today, if you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't have known. Even where these flowers are divided right in the middle, it's hard to tell. So that was just it was a very easy, quick experiment, and yeah, that was fun to try out those new colors. So they worked just as well, just like Prismacolors always do. So no difference there. And the next book in this page was one that I kind of used as filler. I color at night on the couch while we're watching TV, and every once in a while I'll finish a project and not be ready to start a new one yet. So I just do a couple of these, and limited palette again. I'm not sure how many, but just a few. But I tried to vary it up a little bit and do mostly the purples, blues, and pinks on these sections, and more of the yellows and oranges on these sections, roughly. So yeah, it was just fun to spread them out a little bit and just experiment. And those were hold on, my list is out of order. Castle pencils that I did that with. So yeah, that was fun to experiment with those. The next one is another quick and easy one. Sometimes when I get done with a really fancy, complicated project, I just want something simple. So Matchstick Mouse by Morgan O'Brien is always a good one for that. So this is just Prismacolors again. And I find myself when I go to do these pages, I never make a plan ahead of time, which is usually, at least I have somewhat of a plan. I knew I wanted the sky to be blue and the bushes to be green, so I chose the orange hat just to stand out. And one thing I decided about this book, that I wasn't going to worry about the color of the mouse itself, even though it's the same mouse throughout the book. I don't color it the same every time. I just pick some, I mean, it's usually grays or browns. I think that's all I've done, but variations of those. So, but as far as everything else, I just totally make it up as I go, and I don't know if it works, but it's simple and easy, and it was fun to do. And it's just a cute little adorable page. And now I want some carrot cake. Starting to turn fall here, so my mind is turning to, all the pumpkin-y, although I don't do pumpkin spice drinks, but, the pumpkin flavored cakes and muffins and things. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so this one then is another one that I did. I set out to do at least one color along, or not color along, but hashtag options. And so I picked this for coloring Rita's patterns. And then I also discovered it worked for Rita Berman in September. And when I was looking at it, some of these little sections reminded me of trees. So I just decided to treat the ones with the patterns as little abstract trees. And I split it into quadrants. So this is spring with the bright green trees and just the pastel-y colors that are so reminiscent of spring. And summer's over here with a fuller, deeper green and just the bright, vibrant colors. It reminded me of beach ball colors. And then kind of a muted olive green to show fall with the, you know, bright orangey reds and yellows for the leaf colors. And then winter is mostly black and white, especially when you're in a place that has snow. So that's why I just did it neutrals. I didn't even color these at all, except for this one because Christmas falls in winter for me. So I had to have a Christmas tree. And that was the one I chose. So those were Castle pencils also. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with almost everything. Now I love the finished product here. But once again, I did not love the process because I decided to torture myself and do not one, but 2 Christian tutorials. And every time I finish one, I say, never let me do that again. And then I go a really long time and then I think I can do it. It's not that big of a deal. So the background is one tutorial and neither one of the tutorials was for these pages. So I kind of had to adapt what she did and kind of just figure it out. And again, I got about halfway through the background and I realized, why am I torturing myself like this? I mean, don't get me wrong. She does beautiful work and they're gorgeous, but her style is just so many layers piled on top of each other, and I don't have the patience to do that. I also think the paper she uses can stand a lot of layers, and so I got everything covered, but I was going quick to get it done. So I see obvious pencil marks and things, and probably if I did all the layers that she did and then blended them all together, all those pencil marks would go away. But you know what? I'm just done. It works well enough. And then I had saved these pages because I had seen so many iconic, beautiful versions of it that I wanted to find a good inspiration for the hydrangeas. And when Chris Chang a month or 2 ago came out with a hydrangea tutorial, I thought that's the one. So I started it and she had broken it up. Well, she had, you know, her first video was just like one little quadrant, this upper right quadrant basically right here. So I did that. And I don't remember if it was the second or third quadrant or second or third video that she did, but it was either one of those, second or third, that I realized she had started a membership channel and the rest of the videos were behind her paywall. And so after deciding that I wasn't good enough to try to make up the rest on my own, I anteed up and paid for her membership channel. But now that I'm done, I probably will back off because it's too much for me. So, and like I said, her hydrangea was one she had drawn herself, so it didn't exactly apply. So I just kind of had to take what she did. But she had, I don't know what kind of paper she used, but she had tons and tons of layers. And somewhere in here, I can't remember, I tried to do as many layers as she did, and this paper just wouldn't take it. It started, you know, kind of fraying and lifting a little bit. So after that, I just decided I just had to see her color a petal and try to just mimic that, I bet, the best I could with the colors she used and like half the amount of layers, and I did fine. And then so I did this one according to the tutorial, and then I turned my page and did this one so that the colors were the same, but they didn't end up in the exact same place on the flower, so they weren't like mirror images. And while I was waiting for those, because there's several days up to a week in between her videos, I just did the rest of them. I did a lot of the rest before I saw what color she was using here. I just was banking on the fact that pinks and purples and blues would work. So yeah, that was it. Like I said, I love the result. Oh, and I just realized I missed a little leaf. When I was coloring this hydrangea, I made a note a mental note to go back and finish that. And obviously I did not read my mental notes, so I will have to go do that now. But there you go. I love her colors and her color choices. I just have to remember her tutorials, at least full page tutorials, are just too involved for my patience level. Okay, so then the next one is the first one in Secret Garden, and I had never had this book before. Wasn't really planning on getting it until this year when Johanna was talking so much about it. Like, well, it was the one that started it all. I should have it. So I did. So this one was another experiment. I had bought some Distress inks. I haven't really done much with them, and I found a pretty color along with a couple others for a different project that's in progress. But it was this nice dusty pink color that I love. So I did the whole background in just that one Distress ink, kind of variegated. And then I wanted a monochrome look, so I picked 2 polychromos pencils. It's 193 and 194, and did all the flowers and leaves in just those 2 pencils. So that was a fun challenge, trying to get a variety of colors with just those 2. And then a couple of them, the lighter ones, I used white pencil over the top just to give a little bit more variety. And the 4 little critters, I didn't use any of the colors. I just used white over the Distress ink to kind of just make them a little bit lighter. But yeah, so that was another page that was a lot of fun. If you ever want a fun challenge, just try a super limited palette and see what you can do. You might be surprised. Okay, the next one is this one in, hold on, I have it marked here. There it is. This is my traveling book. It's Mein Reise durch Europa by Rita Berman, and my traveling book that I took to Europe with me and color at Starbucks or when I'm away from home. So I just do it here and there. But so this is the latest page in that, and it's again sticking with the limited palette of 24 pencils. It's fine, nothing, exciting, but Rita's illustrations are always super fun to color. So I liked that one. And then this one I discovered when I don't even remember how. I think I was just thumbing through the book just to look at it, and it's like, I don't remember this one. So I looked through my Instagram feed, because that's where I post all of my pictures, and I never posted this, and that's unlike me. And I've noticed this month I've done a lot of not documenting things like I normally do. So before I did this video, I had to go look at, double check a lot more things to make sure I wasn't missing anything. And I had missed a few things in my list for this video. So I have no idea when I colored this. It could have been a year ago. I just, I don't know. But yeah, but I'm counting it now because I discovered it now. So again, the same 24 limited colors, and yeah, that's it. So I'm a little over halfway now, so I'm excited to see that one get done soon. And then this one that I did was just a simple postcard that, honestly, I don't remember how I got it, because it's a Secret Garden postcard from Johanna Basford, and I know I didn't buy it, so I don't know if it came with a book that I bought or if somebody gave it to me. Somebody might have given it to me. I just don't remember. But these are Castle Arts pencils. So yeah, not too exciting, but not too fancy, but that was fun. I like the gradient in the sky. And then, of course, a lot of us did this freebie from Rita Berman to promote her newest book that came out this week, Mein Reise durch Afrika. Don't know if that's how you say it in German, so I apologize if that was awful. But I tried another kind of limited palette that I had seen on Pinterest, and it's fine. I think I had some specific visions in my head about how it would look, and it's not exactly like that, but it's fine. I like the colors. There's some things I would have done differently, but the thing that I think that I love the most, well, I like the elephant because it turned out really nice. I did a combination of Black Widows and luminance pencils, and the Black Widows didn't work great on this paper. It's just cardstock that I had found at work, and I printed it. When I printed it, I printed the lines like a dark brown color, well, like this, and then I just put a tan wash over the page when I printed it. So then I colored on top of that. So I don't know if that changed the texture of the paper enough that Black Widows didn't love it, but the Loomies really did. So once I discovered that, I did more of that. But the thing I do like most is how I turned these two squares into one rectangle to balance out this one, because that was bugging my brain. So I just made this little path in between the city and the country, and so now I have symmetrical rectangles. So yeah, it was great, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of your pages. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of sparkle. I don't normally use a lot, but in the stars, in the water, I did a little bit, so, but I don't think it's showing up very well. So that is the last actual coloring page, except for my mushroom progress. If you don't know this already, this is my color it one. I usually color every day, so I color one mushroom with a color that or a combination that I've used that particular day. And I'm almost done. So I started this back last October 28th, and I counted the rest of the mushrooms. I should be able to finish this before the end of the year. I missed some days up in here, so I probably would be, farther along than I am, but that's been a lot of fun, just documenting that. Just a kind of a little journal section, like that's from the pattern page in Rita's book. So that represents the 4 tree colors that I did. And so some of these are the colors that I used. That's the summer colors from the summer square, and the spring colors from the spring square. So yeah, that makes me happy, and making good progress. So that is all I have for you today. And like I said, I'm going to link the playlist to my last monthly coloring videos if you haven't seen them yet, and I will link the playlist for my collaboration with Liz at Home. So check out at least hers if you haven't seen them already. Thanks everyone, and I hope you're having a great coloring day. Bye.